friends. Happy 4th of July, Day of Independence, weekend of freedom. Um, I know it's freedom everywhere in the country or Independence Day everywhere, but I happen to live just outside of Philadelphia, across the river from Philadelphia, so to me it is even more intensely present and celebrated. This is just a quickie today to help remind us of our own personal freedom. I was searching for a document. I kind of reworked the Declaration of Independence quite a few years ago. I will still seek it out. Didn't find it right on the surface this morning as I was preparing for today, but hopefully we'll post it over the next day or so for you to um, go into the opportunity to explore and claim your own independence. In this case, today we're talking about freedom from inner tyrants. Um, I spoke on Friday about feminine freedom in the Ancient Future Wisdom episode, and that was a movement towards freedom from the extremely low vibration and very primitive assaults on women and indigenous people, given the energy of the feminine surrounding the indigenous way. So that was very, very deep and powerful, and I hope you do get a chance to listen and um, take a spin in the energy. To just dive a little bit into anywhere in which you've experienced that, either as a woman or um, as a man, um, even in subtle ways, or perhaps observing other men and this situation. A little validation or confirmation. I came home from running some errands Friday evening, and as usual, when I'm just taking care of things around the house, I flip on Star Trek or Star Trek Next Generation, depending on which one is on the wonderful channel H&I. They play Star Trek every single night. And those of you who have worked with me before know that we are, or I am, very, very connected to that energy of Star Trek and its messages. So later on that evening, as I was again putting away groceries or whatever it was, in the background, I'm hearing an episode that's not usually one of my favorites, but it really was pointed because Uhura and Chekhov and the captain get kidnapped and taken to a planet where they are forced as slaves to train and fight. And in this one, it was very rough to hear, but Uhura got assaulted, like literally within the first 10 minutes of the show. And you could hear her screaming as they cut away to commercial, which was pretty, fabulous in those days that they would even allude to it. This is the early mid 60s, as well as slavery. The whole issue was surrounding being enslaved and not having any rights or any freedom whatsoever for your destiny or even your everyday life. So that was a powerful confirmation, and since then we've been, or my people have been revealing to me more and more the many ways in which we are enslaved or held captive in some way, shape, or form by tyrannical thoughts, thought loops, etc. And Again, beautifully guided and perfectly arranged. I had been wanting to look into the movie Luca, a new Disney movie, because oftentimes they have such powerful energetics coming through for different reasons, whether it's fantasy or magic or what have you. And this beautiful, beautiful movie, which was produced in part by Pete Docter, who is the same amazing man and group that did Soul, the movie Soul, and Inside Out. And in this movie, one friend is saying to the other, the little boy is saying, I'm afraid to do this. I won't tell you what because I don't want to spoil it, but he says, I'm so afraid I can't do this. And his friend says, oh, it's okay, you just have a Bruno in your head. And he's like, a what? He said, a Bruno who keeps you from doing things. He says, I have one also at times that says, don't do this, don't risk that, don't eat this. And he said to his little friend, all you have to do is tell the Bruno to be quiet. And he says it in Italian, Silenzio Bruno. And it was so powerful because the little boy is telling himself as he's doing this thing, Silenzio Bruno, Silenzio Bruno. And he does the thing and is so enthralled with how he feels after taking that risk and doing so. So I am going to invite everyone to see that movie for sure, Luca, and to incorporate this practice in your head. When those thoughts come in of don't do, or you can't, or you're not in any way, just find a name that works for you. The little boy was asking, who's Bruno? He's like, it doesn't matter. Just say it. Just say Silenzio Bruno. And whatever, you know, culture or language that you may feel comfortable in, because there's something powerful about saying it in a different language or saying it particularly in your own way. So, I say it to my person in Spanish. So, quieta, which means calm down or hush. So, find your word, find your way, and silence that tyrant, declaring freedom from that inner tyrant, as we declared freedom from a tyrant king who was cruel and had no regard for his people, was very oppressive, very extremely controlling, held all of the power without us having any rights. Very few as it is in England, but much less so here in the colonies. So this is a beautiful weekend to look at the many ways in which you are free in this country. During the deep dive, I'm going to read a beautifully written Pledge of Allegiance, and I invite you to listen and really feel into. Don't listen so much with your brain, but allow your body. And I'll walk you into this way of diving in rather than going out. For the information that comes, or the sensations that come, or the energetics that you experience deep down inside of you, can be extremely lasting because it impresses in your body and in your energy field. So that's why I always encourage everyone to dive inward rather than floating up and out, which is a great place to hang, but it is actually somewhat limited because you're going out through the brain. Unless you're a Tibetan monk that has been doing this for 40 years, and then you have different ways out and different ways into other worlds and places and realms. So, Before we get started, I am going to invite you to find your sits bones. And those are the kind of pointy bones right in the very center of each cheek of your buttocks. And this is, even if there's considerable padding like there is with mine, you can still find them by kind of rocking around and feeling that point with your feet on the ground, of course. Um, if you're cross-legged, it puts uh, your pelvic girdle out of whack, so it's very hard to find them. Once you're sitting firmly and strongly on those sits bones, I invite you to just allow your shoulder blades to just kind of float downwards and a little bit together, not forcing them, but just feeling that happen. And what that does is it tends to align your skeletal system so that it can support you while you sink down and in your internal body and energy field. Um, it also brings up your chest and allows for your diaphragm to have space for breathing. Not that you need breathe in any particular way with this process, but it does allow for more space for breathing. So, finding your sits bones, dropping those shoulder blades down and letting them slide together just a hair. And I have been having some challenges with sound, so I'm going to lean into the microphone and hopefully it's picking up today. I've had a little technical issue with Facebook, so hopefully you all will be able to hear me. And as I read this declaration, I invite you to, as I said, just let the words kind of wash over you, melt over you, sink into you, meet your internal compass, your inner wisdom, and with that meeting, allow for any experience, sensation, maybe an awareness, or a knowing or information will come in symbol, sound, shape, song title, story, book, legend, um, innumerable ways in which your body and your energy field and your wider self and your guides and teachers and masters attempt to support you or give you clear experience of the support and backing and guidance and help that there is always available to you. Yes. So really nothing you need do. There is nothing that you need think of or intend or in any way work in this process. As a matter of fact, that kind of gets in the way of the process and the energetics pouring to you. So what I often invite people to do, or always invite people to do, is to ask and allow. And when you're asking from a deep place of longing and desire to not only be all of who you are, but to feel and experience that profound and constant spiritual connection in whatever form yours may take, whatever you may call the divine or the greater reality. So without further ado, I invite you to again just wiggle around, feel those sits bones, feel your shoulder blades dropping and moving a little bit closer together. And saying to yourself or out loud, I am allowing and I am asking my body. I am asking and I am allowing my energy field. I am asking and I am allowing my wider self. I am asking and I am allowing my guides, teachers, and masters. I am asking and I am allowing all parts of me, all aspects of me to join me here and now. And really allowing for yourself to sink down and inside of yourself. And as you do so, feel any constriction, any tightening, whether in your body or your mind or your emotions or your energy field. And I'm going to read this Pledge of Allegiance, which is truly exceptional and allows you to, after dismissing that Bruno in your mind, to claim and declare your independence, your freedom. And again, this is by Dr. Reverend David Ault, an amazing being and a beautiful writer. I pledge allegiance to breaking the self-imposed barriers of my humanness. I recognize that my time on this planet is precious and limited. Every day is a canvas on which I can create. Every day is an opportunity for me to move in the direction of the dreams and the expanded vision I feel inside. By setting aside petty grievances, past mistakes, righteous anger, and my broken story, I pledge to move forward and embrace the experience of freedom right here and right now. I pledge allegiance to the expression of my spiritual honesty. I fully own the fact that my presence here in this body and on this earth is a celebration of uniqueness and importance. Creation makes no mistakes. I am a creation of life, of a higher power, of perfection. My reason for being here matters in the grand divine plan. I must be honest with my contract of life and walk the path of my destiny with conviction, purpose, and grace. I pledge allegiance to the quiet soldier within. I understand that the championing spirit that is already cellularly alive inside of me, that was already in place at the time of my birth, waits patiently for my current belief about myself to join it in its knowing. I march forward towards a history of my own making. Wisely, lovingly choosing the means by which I spread my beliefs and convictions. I never make others wrong for their chosen path, for I recognize the innumerable roads that lead to the one. I pledge allegiance to a partnership with divinity. I choose to see others and myself from eyes that already view the wholeness and perfection within. I do not entertain our past damage or encourage us to identify with it, for I trust that a grander calling card has been printed for us to distribute in promoting our lives. I champion all of us to celebrate what is working rather than what isn't. I pledge allegiance to wise discernment. Hang on one second, guys. Knowing when to speak and when to remain quiet, knowing when to comfort and when to leave alone, knowing when to intervene and when to avoid rescuing and interfering. I pledge allegiance to people and projects of substance. I cannot travel this road alone. If there is anything we as a species need, it is each other. I actively choose to support those whose work I believe in with my time, talent, and treasure. I joyously give to those whose intention and purpose is for self-empowerment. And the awakening of humanity to its personal magnificence. I rally to make others aware of such light bearers and do what I can to support them in furthering their vision. I pledge allegiance to the freedom from comparison. I once and for all lay down my wearisome, stale beliefs of unworthiness and not being good enough. I know that my past does not define who I am. I am forever evolving, growing, and learning. I recognize that I am a marvel. I now choose opportunities to let my voice be heard, to let my light shatter the darkness of futility so that every personal dream is explored. I pledge allegiance in knowing that things are not always as they seem. Just because something can't be seen with the physical eye or rationalized by our current mode of understanding does not negate its existence. Understanding the difference between reality and illusion, I move into a fuller acceptance of the non-physical, the mystical, intuitive, soul aspect of living that expands my consciousness and deepens my days. I pledge allegiance to actions that fulfill the greatest good for all. By becoming a gatekeeper of compassion, tolerance, and love, I move into a fuller conviction of pure intent with regard to the words that I speak and the choices that I make. I pursue a win-win in all activities of life. I pledge allegiance to those who have gone before me, the ancestral lineage whose courage, sacrifice, and conviction still live in my bones. I honor the privileges given to me today because of the sweat from their pioneering efforts and the fortitude of their convictions. I give thanks for my responsibility, creating the same for future generations. I pledge allegiance to a love that has no agenda. I no longer choose to give for what I might get. to manipulate in order to control, to abandon before I can be abandoned, to tolerate because there are seemingly no other options. I choose to love as a way of being. I am content in my choice whether outside circumstances respond or not. In being love, I create fulfillment above and beyond what the human condition can provide. I pledge allegiance to the sacredness of laughter. Knowing that the greatest healing force that exists reverberates from the vibration of humor, I allow humor, joy, eruptions of laughter to make their home in my heart. I let my physical body respond to the physical stimulus and biological wonder that laughter creates, and vow to keep this attribute alive and thriving all the days of my life. Allow yourself to feel the power of that pledge, allegiance to those things that you know deep within are true for you. Whatever parts of that beautiful writing resonated with your body, your energy field, your wider self, your emotional body. Allow for it to deepen and imprint deeply, just as this day we printed and signed off on a declaration of independence. In a principle and belief that all men are created equal, and that must include everyone and everything on this planet, be it a different culture, race, religion, gender, belief system, or be it a different form, whether tree or cloud or bee or butterfly, fish, dolphin, winged ones, all is beingness, all is sentient in one way or another. Feel your part, feel your divine purposefulness in being here at this point in time for your own soul's purpose and for this process of evolution, which is unique in so many ways. Realizing how much you matter, realizing the significance of your presence on this planet, and whatever you do, not do, say, not say, think, not think, you are here on purpose. Allow yourself to claim and declare that independence. Claim and declare your freedom. Claim and declare your pledge of allegiance to those many aspects that were mentioned by the amazing Rev David Ault. Beyond the traditional celebrations this weekend, give yourself the gift of freedom from the inner tyrant. Remembering Silencio Bruno, or whatever name you come up with, however you want to say it, for those thoughts, those perceptions, those mistaken beliefs are untrue. The truth of you is that you are an eternal soul with complete and utter free will in this universe to be, do, experience whatever you choose. There are no mistakes. There is no wrongdoing. Choose this day to be free in every level of your being. And just as those back at the start of our Declaration of Independence, 1776, they too had to fight. So too may you have to fight the inner tyrant, as well as presenting yourself in that freedom, which automatically dispels and eradicates outer tyrants. For as was seen in 1776, when a people rise up and as one declare their freedom, it will not and cannot be stopped. May you know this freedom. May all this planet know this freedom. Human, animal, nature, earth. And please take the opportunity to comment below what you are declaring freedom from this weekend. Internally, externally, in your life, in your culture, as a planetary citizen. I would love to hear, so please comment and we'll get that ball rolling even more so of people declaring their freedom. As always, it is with the deepest of honor, gratitude, and love for your presence on this planet at this time. Be well.